Welcome back. So this is the first Q&A short video, short format. I'll try to answer some of your questions and most popular one. So okay, first one is from Stan. It's actually when I did scraper, this one. What angle did I use? Now mostly on scrapers like this I use I measured this, it's around 45, give or less few degrees, somewhere around there it's fine. Even if you go 50, 60, it will do the job, so you don't have to be exact, you know, it's not rocket science. So you especially with the scrapers, you have a little bit of leeway. Now I'm actually I made this bowl for a colleague of mine, which probably in Saturday I will go check out some ash he brought down, and should be fun. So I made this bowl for him. So that's another way you can pay your friends, or just make them a bowl. So I write usually Doder Drva, that's brand name, and what type of wood it is. This is cherry, trešnja in Croatia, and year. So it looks like this. Feel free to ask any questions in future videos, so I'll try to answer them, pick them into I'll try every week make one of these Q&A videos. So the questions about the angle of the scraper was from Matthew, but Stan asked could he use a old file. Now that's a big difference, because files are usually quite hard, very hard. I'm not metal expert, but they are extremely hard but brittle. So if you have like a really short overhang over the tool rests, you could probably get away. I learned on rudimentary tools like rasp, modified rasp and stuff like that, and it's not all that fun after you experience some of the real metal for our job. And I would not recommend rasp to be used as scrapers. Now I said that I have a few modified rasp, but the only one that I still use is actually a tiny one, which I hollow tiny scoops, and that's it. Now this one was made, this steel is high-speed steel for metalworking lathe, so there is quite a big difference in steel quality, and you can buy these, I believe there are 8 inches or 200 mil long, various different shapes, size and everything, so you just have to look for it. Now that would I use anytime over rasp. Rasp is it's really hard metal, and it's very brittle, so if you extend it over the tool rest, it could snap, and if you're inside the bowl, that snap off piece at that high speed could fly out to your face, or God forbid what can do. So just better avoid it. Now this other, it's not actually a question, it's more of a statement. I get this a lot. It goes, I can see Richard Raffen has had a lot of influence on your turning style. I'm a huge fan of him myself, and my turning ability has improved immensely since I stumbled across him. Shear scraper, linseed oil with beeswax rubbed in, the shaping of the little box, all in the vein Richard Raffin. It's nice to see someone else using the same technique, and it just proves how well they work. Your work is very nice. So I want to thank Dano and others that wrote similar comments. Now, you have to understand that Richard is my mentor, and I've learned a tremendous amount of stuff from him, and I am a turner which I am today because of him, and I'm extremely grateful, and I owe him to the rest of my life. Now, that being said, there are other turners that I really admire, like Mike Mahoney, Glenn Lucas, which is other turners that really helped me a lot as well, through their videos, mails, and stuff like that. Now, I believe that you have to have some sort of a healthy obsession with something that you love if you want to succeed in it. Now, I'm far from succeeded in it, but what I'm trying to say that is you just have to, it's highly unlikely that someone from Ireland, California, or Australia would answer some unknown turner from Croatia like me, but they did numerous times, and especially Richard, who I bothered a lot. So thank you, Richard, if you're watching this, and I consider him my friend as well, and it's just if you know what you want, you just have to go for it, and there can't be any obstacles. That's at least how I view stuff. Now, like I said, I'm far from succeeded. I fight every day to bring in job, start a YouTube channel, start to spread and give back to Woodturning community, as Richard, Mike, and Glenn helped me so much. So that's another reason I did a YouTube channel. I want to point out is why I made this YouTube channel, which once again, thank you all for such great feedback on everything that I do. I'm extremely grateful. Why I started YouTube channel now? Not many of you know that actually after my trade school, so at age 18, I start to work at the same school that I learned my trade in the workshop. So I passed on the knowledge from quite early. It was a great opportunity when one of the old masters went to retirement, and actually got his place, and it was great. I worked there for 7 years. There is some sort of a gratification you get, and that sense of feeling that you help somebody to know, you find their way, or point them in the right direction, or give them right instructions and stuff like that. And since Richard mostly along with Mike and Glenn gave me so much, I want to return back to Woodturning community, and that's why I started the YouTube channel. Obviously it's always nice to have some income other than straight production work, so everything goes along, and nothing would be possible without you. So thank you all again. Just grateful that you recognize that effort, and just amazing experience with this. And like I said, soon we'll start the beginner series, and it's all free on YouTube, so hopefully you get a lot out of it, and I'll do my best to explain it as much as I can. Like I said, this ball is for a friend of mine, a colleague, for a tree that he fell, and turned out quite nice. It's cherry undercut rim, heavily OG rim here. Hopefully you can see it. And this shadow line, this band here, quite like that feature. And inset foot like this, everything is nicely finished. So other question. So Serena asked, I do love lidded bowls, and this one is lovely. That's referring to ash lidded bowl video that I did a couple of months ago, I think, something like that. Question though, what was that little handheld sander? I've never seen anything like it. So this is it. Nobody saw something like this because it's downright rudimental, and but it does the job, you know. So these sanders can be quite expensive, and obviously if they have ball bearings inside the shaft and everything, it runs quite smoothly and stuff like that, which is always nice, and I believe they are worth the price. I couldn't afford buying an inertia sander like this, and what it basically is, it's just a threaded rod. This is a sander, I believe, the one that I use on the drill as well, and this one, they're both from AliExpress, Alibaba, whatever it's called. And to be honest, they are much better in terms of quality and glue and whole of assembly than many other much more expensive stuff that you most likely to get from woodturning stores. Not sure why. They were extremely cheap. The Velcro, this one and the other one I had for 3 years now, I believe, and only now the Velcro started just a tiny bit less grippy, you know, but it still holds on nicely, and so I'll probably order a few more. So like I said, it's threaded rod inside this housing, which you get with the pad at the little shaft which you thread in. This is what I thread in, this longer shaft, and just put a few of the washers here as well on the bottom, and tighten these screws so this has just enough room to spin nicely. This is just a piece of walnut I grabbed from the shelf behind me, drill a hole, and I drill at an angle, sort of this, and turn the handle, just glue that in, and it was basically done in, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. It was more time to find this kind of screw in my what you call like a box where you have all the screws in, all different types from the furniture you bought and everything. So, and that's it. I believe I put some linseed oil or stuff, something like that on it, and you see me in my videos, I use it. Works great. I can't fault it by any means. So I got a question from Dennis. It was actually from a video on 4 bowls in 1 hour that I did, last video, or depends on the time when I'll release this one. About where did I buy a diamond stick hone like this. I believe I ordered this one from Kais Schulte in Germany. I'll put the link down below in the description from the store. They're quite good. I only wish that I order a little more coarser. This is fine. I believe green is something in the middle and blue could be coarse or something like that. Depends on the brand or stuff like that. Quite like to use those because you don't have to like go to the grinder every time to sharpen, raise the burr on a scraper, let's say. Or if I want to put a burr on a ball gouge or spindle gouge to do shear scraping, I can do with that hone, which is great. And that's it for this first one. If you have any questions, you know the drill, just ask them, put them in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can on videos like this. And thank you again for all the feedback, and this will probably be like a weekly thing. Depends on how many questions I get. So see you next time.